All right, everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's video. It's one of the rarest ones out there. Let's do it. The Lemax Last House on the Left. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Last House on the Left. I've been wanting to do this video for, I can't even tell you how long, but this is a tough one to track down. Like I was telling you, it's a little bit rarer, probably a lot rarer actually. There's, the top maybe 3-4 houses that are just extremely collectible and hard to get. And let me tell you, it comes with a price tag. So we're gonna get into that as well. But just to show you initially what comes in the box, it's your basic paperwork. As you can see here, you kind of get that standard in every single Lemax house. And then it comes with, of course, the ghosts that are gonna go on the back of the house, the power supply, our standard 4.5 volt adapter, and the house itself. So where do we even begin with the Last House on the Left? I mean, it's been a staple for lifelong collectors forever. It's on the unicorn list. Everybody's got one. And this is always on it. Like I said, there's a few others out there that hopefully we'll get to at some point. But this is just a remarkable find. So let me give you some info on it just to kind of get into it here. It was released in 2013 and was retired in 2018, but here's the catch. It's believed that production on this house had actually stopped some time before that. Like I said, this house kind of came up, was an instant classic with collectors. You can see why, just wait till we turn it on. But it kind of disappeared and it became extremely hard to find. And till this day, it's still that way. So let's get into some dimensions. It's a little over 8 inches high by 9 inches wide and about 6¼ inches or so deep here. Again, it's a 4.5 volt adapter with the standard roll switch, as you can see right there. It does on, off, and volume. The product type that Lemax had listed for this was Sights and Sounds. It is made of porcelain, and as you can see, it kind of went down that spooky road, that classic Lemax feel. It was released a long time after the classics came out, but this was a house that they went kind of down that vein again, and collectors got really excited about. When it came out, I think it was only about 90 bucks or so. Of course, a lot of money, but at the time, for what you got, hell yeah. Unfortunately though, today, they're averaging around $500. Again, that's that rarity coming into play. If you try to buy this during the season, oh my, I mean, it could really skyrocket. But just on average, the going rate at the time of filming this video, it's about 500 bucks. If you're trying to get one that's damaged and maybe repair it, maybe you can get it a little bit cheaper, but not by much. So it's usually, when it comes to this house, it's worth just paying the money if you're gonna go for it. So let's plug it in. We'll talk about some first impressions, do some close-ups, and just kind of talk about the overall and everything else that comes with it. So let's do that now. So there it is, plugged in all its glory. You can see right away how it brings the detail to life. I mean, the green is just in the right spots. Having the ghost going around the bottom there is amazing. We'll do a close-up of that in a second. But let me tell you something, a little secret about this house here. Aside from, just the initial feeling that it gives you, something that I think might be overlooked or not given enough credit, rather, would be this little skeleton here on the side. It has a different color light, kind of like a yellowish, yeah, I'd say it's yellow in real life, and not a soft white, like an actual yellow. And it really brings it to life. It adds like a little bit of dynamics to the house, might be the right word. It doesn't stick out like too much, but enough to where you're going, that was a really cool touch that they thought of. Overall, just to start, I mean, there's so much I want to talk about. I don't even know where to begin. I'm just so excited. The detail, okay? Let's start taking a close look there at that detail. The sculpting and design of this house was on another level. You can see each brick, how it's carved out with age and detail everywhere. And the windows, they have their own, each piece of wood has super fine detail in it. Hopefully you can see that on the camera here. The house has a really cool looking chimney, and the overall look of the house, as far as like the structure of it, it's really cool for a haunted house. It kind of has that old school feel, you know, what collectors are after. Now let's go to some of the stars of the show. Obviously the ghosts here at the bottom. So let me give you a shot here to look at that. And when we turn out the lights, you're gonna see just how well it really brings the house together. But look, there's some bats in there, some ghosts going around. Really cool effect, I think. And especially for the time, it was, again, cutting edge. Let's go up to the top here and see the ghost in the back. What I like about these ghosts is they remind me of kind of like the Black Cauldron Inn ghosts. They're kind of similar in size, similar in shape. Again, that classic feel, right? And the fact that they're kind of appearing from the back with this green glow, you'll see it when we turn the lights off here. It's just really exciting. So moving forward, gosh, where to even go from here? Let's talk about some of the smaller stuff up front here. Like, you know, you have the black cat, which is classic with a haunted house. You got another skeleton here with a little sign that says beware. And with this house, beware, you know? And of course, our skeleton we spoke about earlier. Something else that we're going to talk about is the soundtrack. And the way that the lighting is integrated with the soundtrack on this one was just super cool. You know, when that thunder and lightning hits, you see it. You know, I mean, it really ties into the house, and it was that spice that it needed to really tie everything together. You can see the lights flashing there. And when I hit the lights here, I really want you to listen to the soundtrack, because it is just on another level. And also, there is this purple glow that comes from inside the house. It's like a purplish, I don't know, it's some kind of purplish glow. It's hard to describe the color, but it's perfect for this house. My guess is it's probably something to do with that same bulb that's lighting the ghost up here. And it appears to be like some kind of whitish purple color. I don't know, but they have these like cutouts in the roof here. And even though it's probably the same bulb, it looks really cool and it ties it in. Just some side views for you here. You see some more of the detail. I like how on the roof they had that little like fencing stuff. I apologize for not knowing the proper name. Another side view here. So it's just really cool. You can see already, just even here in the light, why it's an instant classic, why it's as rare as it is. It's just, it offers everything you would want in a spooky house. It really does. This is the last house on the left. You know, when you think of Spooky Town and the ultimate house, this is definitely one of them. There is just no question about it. And you know, back to the price for a second. Yeah, it's expensive. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would hurt any pocketbook. But this one, it's worth it. There is no question. So I think many collectors would agree they'd love to see Lemax go back down this road, you know, kind of down more into the scary haunted house kind of stuff. And, you know, we love a lot of the adventures they've done along the way, but again, those classic years, right? And this one falls into the classic category. And again, you can see why. I mean, there's just so much to see. We could talk about this house forever, but overall, it's really cool. I absolutely love it. I guarantee you it'll be in my village this upcoming year. Shout out to my parents. This was a super killer Christmas gift. Again, I've said in past videos, there's no better Christmas gift than a holiday gift, or a Halloween gift in this case. You know, I've been a collector for many years, and when I opened this up this year, it was emotional. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, this is one of those houses, and every time I see it, you know, I'll think of my folks, and it's just, I don't know what to say. I'm just kind of emotional even sitting here talking about it with you. This is one of those houses. So again, guys, if you're thinking about going down this road, or, you know, you've been collecting a while, or you're just getting into it and you have your eye on houses along the way, this would be a great place to put your money. It's expensive, but man, it just defines Spooky Town. So anyways, thank you so much for continuing to check out my channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's turn out the lights, and I'll see you on the next one.